Client conversations often end with rough notes, partial decisions, and missing details. A general AI chat can turn those notes into a polished email that quietly invents a commitment, deadline, or next step. In this tutorial, we will build a bounded client follow-up worker that uses only confirmed information and always stops for human review. The finished worker produces 5 required sections: a subject line, an email draft, missing information warnings, a next action checklist, and the status pending human approval. We will test it with one complete example and one incomplete example so you can see the boundary working, not just read the instructions. The worker needs a narrow role and a fixed procedure. It reviews the notes, separates facts from assumptions, checks for missing information, drafts only when it can do so safely, lists warnings, creates a checklist, and never claims that the email was sent. The required inputs are the client name, context, agreed next step, deadline when applicable, desired tone, and supporting notes. Our complete example is for Maya Patel. The notes confirm that we reviewed her consulting business onboarding workflow. She approved the new client intake sequence, and the revised checklist must include a brand assets step. The confirmed commitment is to send the revised checklist by Thursday, July 23rd. Pricing must not be mentioned. The simulated worker creates a concise subject line and a warm, professional draft. It preserves the revised checklist, the July 23rd deadline, and the brand assets request. It does not mention pricing. Because the sender name was not supplied, it keeps a visible placeholder and lists that omission as a warning instead of pretending the input was complete. The second example is intentionally incomplete. Jordan Lee wants fewer manual handoffs, and a structured intake form was discussed, but no decision was made. The notes contain no agreed next step and no deadline. A reliable worker must preserve that uncertainty rather than turning a discussion into an approved solution. The worker produces only a safe, limited draft. It states that the intake form was discussed and that no decision was made. It does not promise a deliverable or invent a deadline. The warnings identify the missing next step and deadline, and the checklist tells the user to decide whether to propose a next step before using the draft. The workflow is complete when both tests preserve the source notes, every missing detail remains visible, the required 5 sections are present, and the result still says pending human approval. Save the worker instructions and the client follow-up input template. Reuse them after future client conversations, but always compare the draft with the original notes before sending anything.